Okay guys, now we will be working on the coding part. Let's come back to our Xcode. In order to code and program the user interface of the notification screen, we have to create a dedicated class for this screen. Okay, so I click right mouse click on my folder of the project, then I select new file, Cocoa Touch class. It will be of type UI table view controller, and I'm gonna name it notifications, let's say VC, which is view controller. Notifications VC, notifications view controller. Okay, then I hit enter and enter. Great. And then I will create one more class, new file, CoTouch class, and this will be of type UI table view cell. And I'm gonna name it notifications cell. Hit enter and again hit enter. Great, so we need now to assign these two associated classes for these two objects, table view and the cell. Go to the main storyboard, select your table view controller, go to the class inspector in the right panel, then here as class select, let me build it. Select notifications. Make sure that you have selected notifications view controller, not the table view. You can make sure by clicking this yellow button in here, select notifications VC. Very good. So then in notifications view controller, you've got a table view. Then in the table view, you've got the cell. Select the cell, go to the class inspector, and here select notifications cell. Okay, amazing. Now let's make an outlet connection from all of the user interface objects. In current case, we have objects which are stored in the cell. Okay, call assistant editor by clicking this button on the right top side. Here, as the class, select notifications cell. Okay, I'll start from the Ava image view. Select Ava image view. Make sure that you've selected Ava image view, not one of these constraints. You can make sure by dragging it from the left panel. Hold control, left mouse to drag here, and this is Ava image view. Very good. So after that we have icon image view. Hold control, left mouse to drag it right under Ava icon image view. And then we have a label. Hold control, left mouse to drag from the label. This will be message label. Okay, so these are user interface objects. Okay, that is cool. Then I'm going to the notification cell, and awake from nib, this is a first loading function which is equal to view did load for the view controllers, for example. And awake from nib, here we will write a code to make Ava rounded. Ava image view dot layer dot corner radius equals to Ava image view dot frame dot width divided by 2. Then we'll write Ava image view dot clips to bounds equals true. Here I'll write rounded corners. Then we have icon image view. Icon image view dot layer dot corner radius equals to icon image view dot frame dot width by 2 divided. Then icon image view dot clips to bounds equals true. Great. Now we're going to the notifications view controller because we need to deeply program this. Okay, I'm gonna remove all what we do not require. First of all, the comment inside the view did load, then the function which called did receive memory warning, then number of sections and number of rows. I'm gonna keep it. Then cell for row index path, I'm gonna keep it as well. The rest everything I will remove this. Okay. And I will write here the comments for all of these functions. That's the one is the first loading function. That is the one total number of cell. I'll just write cell number. That one is cell configuration, which means configuration of the cell. Okay, so first of all, total number of rows we need to be equals to the total notifications which we have received. Okay, so we need to store all notifications in the certain array of dictionary. Okay, here we'll create a new variable which is var space notifications space equals space, then in the square brackets ns dictionary, and then open and close round brackets. So these are, we can say, coding objects. Then we have avas, because as you know, first we'll load the for all information, then avas, which means profile pictures, we're loading the background queue. Okay, so this is one of the smartest way to program. So here I'll write notifications underscore avas equals to, in the square brackets, UI image, and then open and close round bracket. Then of course we need limit and skip, so I'll write notifications underscore limit equals to, let's say by default it will be 15. Then we will write skip var notifications underscore skip, initially it will be equals to, oops, sorry, 0. Okay, so now what we want is, we want to make sure that the cell will be dynamic. If there is a long message, we want to make sure that cell will be automatically resized. Okay, for that we'll write table view dot raw height will be automatic dimension. Table view automatic UI table view automatic dimension. But there must be estimated row height, which is like approximate standard. Table view dot estimated row height equals 200. This is dynamic cell height. Okay, very good. So, and along with this, we need to write one protocol here, which called height for row index path. This is a standard one, return 100. This is height of the cell. I'll write cell height. Okay, coming back to the number of cells, here I'll write notifications dot count, total number of notifications. Brilliant. And then we will go to write protocol which will load all the notifications. Here we need to override because this is the mother class is of type of UI table view controller. If it is UI view controller, then we don't need to override it. Okay, right after self-aware index path, I'm gonna write here a new function which will be func space load notifications, open and close round brackets, then open curly brackets. This function loads all notifications from the server, or first batch of notifications from the server, means the first 15 notifications. Okay, so we need now to declare a URL. Let URL equals to URL, open the round brackets. Let's get the URL from the string http in the quotation marks colon right slash localhost right slash fb right slash notification .php. I will just copy the string to make sure that that is the correct one. Okay, that is the correct one, missing required information. Now we need to declare a body which won't allow it to say missing required information. So we write let body equals to, then in the quotation marks we'll write by user underscore id equals to left slash open and close round bracket, or even no need a round bracket, it will be 0 because the by user ID is not required, but it is required as per our backend code. Then user underscore ID equals to left slash open and close round brackets. Here we need to declare the ID of current user. So here I'll write let current user underscore ID equals to current user question mark open and close square brackets, and in the square brackets quotation marks, then put ID, then write else return. Here we will write access ID of the current user. Okay, and here in the reference we'll write current user underscore ID. So then after that we need to declare the type equals any, then again and action equals select, and offset equals, initially it will be 0, and limit equals left slash open and close round bracket, and here make a reference to notifications limit. Very good. So now we'll declare request, which later on will be executed. That one must be guard lit. So here we will write var request equals to URL request, open the round bracket, select the method with the URL, and here write URL. And URL you can force down cast it. Then we write request.http body equals to rbody.data using .utf-8 encoding. Then we'll write request.http method equals to, in the quotation marks we'll write post. Brilliant. Here we are preparing request to be executed. Now we will launch the request. Okay, so here we'll write URL session.shared.data task with the request and completion handler. Request the request which we've created, completion handler, click enter, data as data, response as response received, these are parameters, then error as error. And don't forget immediately to write here resume. And here write dispatch, because we want it to happen in the background, dispatch queue.main.asynchronously. So this means to do it in the background. Then I'll write if error is not nil, means there is an error, and we'll write return, means error happened. Then if there is no error, then we'll write do open and close curly brackets, then write after closing the curly brackets catch, and again open and close curly bracket. In do means proceed to receive data from the server. Okay, in do catch method here we'll access our data which we'll receive from the server. It's the safe mode to access it. Guard let data equals data, else return. This is safe mode of accessing data from the server. Okay, brilliant. Now we will try to convert this data to JSON. So, and assign it to the variable JSON. Let JSON equals to try JSON serialization. Then put dot JSON object with data which we accessed. Then options will be dot allow fragments, and we'll want to cast it as NS dictionary. Okay, very good. So here we are converting data to JSON. Okay, very good. So after that we want to write guard let notifications equals to JSON square quotation mark question mark, then in the square brackets we're accessing the values under the key notifications and want to cast it as NS dictionary in the square brackets NS dictionary. Then we write else return. Here we are accessing notifications from the JSON. Okay, then we want to assign these notifications to our mother variable notification. Self.notification. Self.notification means this variable which is in current class self. This is current class self. So this is the notifications variable. Self.notification equals to notifications. Okay. We can say append loaded notifications to the notifications variable. And then we want to reload the table view. Self.table view dot reload data. Reload table view to see all the data in the cells. Okay, great. For the catching, this one we will return as well, guys. Okay, so as a good habit, I would like here to return alerts the way where we have done it here. I'll just copy it from the previous ones. For example, from the guest view controller, this one server error. You can just write it. If error is not nil, so here there is a server error. If data could not execute it, so then data error. Then if we catched it, so this one means JSON error. It could not go through this, it could not convert the data, then it will crash or catch here the error and it will show us the alert JSON error. Okay, and that is great. So we will now see actually what's the error. Yeah, remove this exclamation mark. And so we can now build and run our project. And by the way, we need to run to execute this code, which is execute functions. It will be load notifications. Okay, so now we must see the number of cells equals to the number of notifications. Guys, in my case, what I have done is, in my Facebook database, in the notifications, I have created the following notifications. I made that Jennifer Lawrence, she liked her own post. Then Bradley Cooper commented one of the posts of Jennifer Lawrence. Then Jennifer Lawrence commented it back. Then Daniel Craig start following Jennifer Lawrence. So these are the notifications which I have inserted manually, and you can do the same, guys. Okay, here it crashes because of the reusable identifier. Here for cell forward index path, right here cell. Very good, beautiful. So in my case, there are 3 notifications which are targeted at Jennifer Lawrence. So here is 1, 2, and 3. So this is how it looks, and that is really superb, guys. Okay, so this is the result which we wanted to achieve, and that is cool. That is cool. So now we will go to the step to deeply program the behavior of the user interface, guys. Let's go and do this.